Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Technobabylon. In the last episode, Regis was introduced to this inner circle of very powerful figures in Newton, who seem determined to take on Central and basically bend it to their whim. We've got people, we've got celebrities, we've got councilmen, all kinds of people. And they all seem to be dining on cloned human flesh, so that kind of tells you everything you need to know. But we went ahead and talked to Imogen here, who is basically a Paris Hilton-like socialite. And let's just keep cooler. A chiller lined with wine bottles stands by the window. Huh. And let's go ahead and talk to the rest of these guys before we figure out what exactly is going on.
Hello?
Though obscured by his dark glasses, you can tell that the guard is staring right through you. Apparently, conversation is not his priority. Maybe he was programmed that way. The cabinet is locked, likely to prevent guests simply helping themselves. Indeed. Alrighty. And I don't see anything else, so let's go ahead and talk to the rest of the cabal here. We've also talked to Nina, who is our friend, quote-unquote, back at the lab. So let's talk to Ron here, who wasn't particularly...
Mr. Ron.
What you want?
...impressed with us.
What's your part in this conspiracy?
Dr. John wants to capture biggest AI in the world. It's going to take enormous memory and processor.
And you're going to furnish her with these?
With all the capital she need. Money, guns, labor.
It sounds like you're on board with her plan. What do you get out of it?
Newton is lousy place to do business, Regis.
You reckon it's Central's fault?
Central watches too close.
You can't bribe anyone, you mean?
Exactly. Can't make things work.
Sometimes it's nice not to have a government driven by the wealthy.
We will control New Central. It's a great opportunity for us.
Well, at least he's honest about it.
What do you think of Dr. Zhang?
She's very clever. She knows what she's doing.
I worked with her in the past. I guarantee the only ones she's looking out for are her and her plans.
So, that's how to get ahead. Cooperation happen when we want same thing. I want Central gone. She wants Central gone.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
I really wish, I said this in the last episode, but I really wish I had my gun.
Did you know Gil Vanderwall?
Sure, everyone here know Gio. We work together. He have connections everywhere.
He was a middleman for criminals.
Exactly. Any specialist he could find. Even mindjackers, Dr. Regis.
You're one of the richest men in Greater Han, aren't you?
Damn straight.
What are you doing here?
I like this restaurant. I suggested.
No, I mean, why in person? At this meeting?
That is how we always do it. Cannot trust anyone else. Other people stupid. If too many people know, then Central will find out.
What sort of business do you run?
Some of everything. Factory, guns, biochem, industry farming.
A hands-on manager there too?
Hell no. Give that job to cousins. Whoever see Han is lousy country. Everything poisoned. Sky is black.
Maybe it's all those factories you're running.
Now, yeah, if he's the one who suggested, then he knew what was on the menu.
Probably a stupid question, but did you know what they serve here?
Of course, it's people.
The idea of eating human meat appeals to you?
Absolutely. Is why I like to come to Newton. You have some crazy laws, but almost nowhere else will allow things like this.
It's cloned meat, apparently, so technically no harm done. That's the legal foundation.
A shame. Would rather eat real human. Ultimate sign of control of people.
Eat the poor.
Exactly. That will teach them.
I really want my gun.
What do you know about Gil's links to the mindjacker?
Vanderwall set people up with specialist talent, famous for it. In this case, a third party needed a mindjacker. He fixed that up for them, got the best.
But eventually, he discovered something that made him regret introducing them?
He found what the client's plans were in the long run. If they succeed, our plan to remove Central will fail.
So he tried to stop the mindjacker.
Exactly. took the memory module he was using to store minds of his targets.
And it cost him his life.
Pity he's working against us. Good mindjackers are hard to find.
Who hired the mindjacker from Vanderwall?
Like everything else, information is not free, Regis.
I'll get back to you.
Stop wasting my time.
So that's interesting. So the mindjacker's working against these guys. Now let's talk to Mr. Stepford here. Oh my, yes.
Mr. Stepford, can I have a moment?
Oh my, yes.
So, you want to bring down Central?
Oh my, yes, as does everyone here. Though for differing reasons.
What does a synth manufacturer have against Newton's city controller?
A stake in that which follows, oh yes. If Dr. Zhang was simply to remove Central, there would be chaos.
The city's central infrastructure would break down.
Precisely, therefore a replacement would be needed.
You want to replace Central with a new AI? With what?
The new version is simply a retooled model of an existing system.
Your own.
Oh my, no. It's built from a commercial Archimedes model as used in Eurofed cities.
It'll do the job?
Oh my, yes, as well as any civic management AI in Europe. But thanks to Stepford's personality matrix engineering, it shall act and speak just as its predecessor Central.
With you holding its leash.
Every system needs fine-tuning, Dr. Regis.
Won't services suffer? I know Central. It's orders of magnitude more powerful than an Archimedes.
All unnecessary for its role, Dr. Regis. Our Archimedes in Central's clothing will perform as needed, oh yes.
And then humans will fill out the other spots and give them control. It's an interesting plan.
Your connection to Gil. It was more than synth salesman, wasn't it?
Oh my, yes, very astute, Dr. Regis. Gil was a key part of our group.
Huh. A co-conspirator.
Oh yes, and our link to the criminal underworld, where necessary. I was most disturbed to receive your call regarding his demise. It signaled to us that immediate action was required.
You had to step up your plan before things went any further south.
Oh my, yes.
How did you fall in with someone like Nina Zhang?
Dr. Zhang has been freelancing with our firm for a number of years. Her work in AI has proven invaluable to increased platform survivability.
Working in mental health for synthetics?
Oh my, yes. She has a number of unique theories of synthetic cognitive development. When she proposed this project to the leadership of the firm,
She'd wormed her way up the power structure to whisper in management's ear.
Dr. Regis, that's a shameful way of putting it. Though she certainly has a talent for networking. She has brought together a multitude of skills needed for this role.
Now, the interesting thing about this is these are the same people who make synth units that'll rip out someone's guts when asked.
You're not just a synthetic salesman, are you?
Oh my, no, not this particular platform, certainly.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm not the only instance of the Sons of Stepford. There are currently 26 platforms running this personality.
There's more than one of you?
Alphabetically ordered, delegated to different roles within the firm.
Lord help us.
Liam, handles special tasks. Oh my, yes. But we all run the same personality.
Huh, synthetics. You're a synthetic.
Quite so, Dr. Regis.
I should have guessed. There's something not quite right. I think it's the eyes.
A specially built feature of the Sons of Stepford. Oh my, yes. Much of my composition, however, is state-of-the-art.
A walking advertisement.
I illustrate the potential for what one can do with a synthetic, Dr. Regis. Many customers have been swayed by the demonstration.
That's true, though. I mean, Regis didn't know for sure.
You're the one who found my embryos?
Oh my, yes.
Where are they?
Dr. Regis, while it pains me to say this, we simply can't tell you. Then we would have no bargaining position.
You lousy piece of...
Please, Dr. Regis, be assured that they are in no danger at this time.
At this time.
Dr. Zhang is the one with whom you must discuss the release of the information. I have been asked not to speak any more of this matter. Oh my, no.
Were you aware that this establishment serves human meat?
Oh my, yes. It's delightfully macabre, isn't it? I'm sure the experience would be enhanced by being able to eat, of course.
You don't eat?
Some models can simulate digestion, but this platform is unable to. Go on, Dr. Regis. Try something for me.
I'll pass. I'll get back to you.
Oh my, yes.
So, that's Stepford taken care of. Let's talk to the Councilman Dean here.
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
I'm surprised to see a city councilor in a conspiracy like this.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Dr. Regis.
I guess you've been facilitating things for the plot.
Much as it pains me to misuse my position, that is the case. I've been able to expedite import permits for equipment necessary to Dr. Zhang's plans.
And Central hasn't noticed?
In my role, I'm given considerably more privacy than the average civil servant. No offense, Doctor.
None taken. I just cover the camera in my office with paste.
That's true.
So, I understand what you're doing for it, but why? How does someone in government decide that Central needs removing?
I've read your bio, Dr. Regis. I know that you have no great love for Central. But, in practical terms, I believe it has become a threat to our democratic society.
A threat? How so?
Over the course of its 20 years of operation, Central has begun to develop opinions. For an individual to have done so is natural. For an AI, it is impressive. But in its position, coordinating the actions of government, it poses a risk.
Wouldn't someone notice? Call it out?
There isn't enough to address as yet. It's clever. It's designed to carry out the policies of the Council, and it cannot fail to do so. But it can drag its metaphorical feet, badly implement plans it disagrees with.
You've seen it do this.
I've had suspicions. Dr. Zhang's research confirms the extent to which Central is developing its own conscience. I believe that you yourself recently had a disagreement with it over its handling of a crisis. Another bombing. Central has done well, but there exist many other options today that are equally valid. We need a system that will effectively manage the city and carry out its instructions, not one that cherry-picks what policies it believes appropriate.
And it's continuing to evolve as well. I had forgotten about the thing with the bomber.
How did you get on board with Nina?
I and others in the Cosmopolitan Party have suspected changes in Central's behavior. We sought the assistance of one of its original creators.
Obviously not Vargas. He loves that thing.
Indeed. Her research confirmed that, thanks to the scale of its operations, Central has been able to form its own opinion on the ideal state of affairs, regardless of the democratic consensus.
So when she said that she would remove Central,
It was a difficult decision, but we had to take it. Central's replacement will carry out its role more appropriately.
and Nina will get to continue her research on Central. Why haven't you simply raised this in the council?
Can you imagine what that would mean? Political suicide.
Oh, heavens.
Not just for myself, but it would undermine confidence in Newton's world-leading AI industries.
So, I guess they have a choice here. They can let Central continue to evolve and become more despotic, or they can let democracy take care, and then people like Ron there can bring corruption and basically 1%ers in. So that's fun.
Did you know Giel Vanderwall?
Indeed I did. He was a big donor in politics all over Africa.
And you knew about what he did? His criminal connections?
I'm the one who introduced him to the group. I'm also aware that he introduced the mindjacker you're after to his current employer.
You know about that?
You will need our help to find him, and we need your help to stop him and Central.
Well, he's slick, but there's something slimy underneath.
You're on the city council, aren't you?
Indeed I am, Dr. Regis. Rep for the Southwest Ward and co-chair of the Cosmopolitan Party.
I remember when you got elected. They called you Mr. Incorruptible. I never got that.
That's because of the device in my head, Dr. Regis.
Yeah, the governor.
What is that in your head, counselor?
Why, it's a neural governor, Dr. Regis.
As in, what paroled felons are fitted with?
Similar. While most of those are designed to limit violent behavior, mine prevents me from lying. Thoughts of deceit are met with tremendous pain.
Were you inside?
Oh my no. This was a voluntary choice. After all, most governors are subdermal. I wanted my constituents to see it as a sign of my integrity.
I knew someone with one.
Dr. Baxter. I recall reading about his release last month.
I thought it must have malfunctioned, that he was out for revenge. Turns out he's just dead. It's like someone just inherited his hatred. Counselor, were you aware that this restaurant serves human meat?
Indeed. It's quite distasteful, don't you think? Still, I suppose it's a matter of personal taste since nobody's been hurt. We must respect the freedoms allowed by the laws of this city.
You're not having any then?
Oh no, but I shan't judge anyone for it. They're quite whimsical about it in some ways. I heard good things about their Billy con carne.
Ugh.
Hell's bells. Well, yeah, why not?
Just to let you know, I voted for the other guy.
Ah, well, that's your prerogative. Any concerns I might be able to address for next time?
I guess I've always voted Metro, since I lived here.
Ah, inertia. Something difficult to overcome. Give our site a read. You might find you agree with us more than you think.
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
Now, I'm curious about that. Do I have my Traveler and the CI splitter. Can we contact Lao or Central while we're here? That probably wouldn't be a good thing. Check the news. Sao Paulo plans for coordinator AI. Okay, so they're getting in on this. And there may be a clue here later, but for right now. Newton 5537, United Arab Emirates. Match in progress. Alright. So, let's go ahead and chat with the waiter, question mark. Let's chat with Nina one more time.
Nina.
Charlie, how can I help?
Alright, never
That's
mind.
all.
Keep me informed, Charlie.
Okay, there. Waiter. What you doing?
Hey, you alright?
He stares at you, and you feel a strange mix of fear and contempt within his glare. You realize to your horror that you've seen those eyes before, only a few days earlier.
Everyone, take cover!
Oh, no. Holy crap.
Is anyone hurt?
Yeah.
It's a trap! You try to kill us! Guards!
Shut up, Ron. You're still alive, aren't you?
It appears that poor Imogen is the only one injured.
Yeah, injured is a good way of saying it.
I'm sorry. She's dead.
I knew it! You tried to kill me! All of you!
Calm down, Ron. You don't know who was behind this.
Actually, he has a point. All those who knew about this meeting are in this room.
Except, of course, for Charlie.
He only joined us at the last moment. Dr. Regis, will you lend us your skill as an investigator?
Yeah, you find who tried to kill me!
Do
Oh.
this for us, Charlie, and we'll give you everything. We can tell you who has your kids and exactly where he is.
Fine. Just remember, I'm not doing this for your sake. Someone here almost killed me as well.
Thank you anyway, Charlie.
Now, you know who I bet would do it? Probably Stepford, because there's a lot of him, so one loss to the collective wouldn't be that big of a deal. But, let's see here. Well, let's look at Imogen's body. The blast has apparently spared her expensively engineered beauty, though not her life. You wonder if this detail might have been some comfort to her. You can't find anything on her body that isn't an item of fashion. Now, this is one of the... that's one of the security guards.
Nothing on it I can use. I'm not exactly equipped to repair synthetics.
You wonder if this counts as a corpse. Being a machine, he wasn't technically alive to begin with. So... Suspects. Oh, cool. Case file, restaurant bombing, 11/07/87. Suspects. Attempted murder. How cool. Alrighty. Well, he had... Let's check the cooler again. Need to get this unlocked. The bottles of the cooler are no more than a mess of glass shards and spilled liquor. Okay. So...
Hello?
Bodyguard obviously didn't see anything. And the table literally got flipped. And we can't head downstairs, I don't think, right off the bat. So let's talk to our suspects.
Mr. Ron,
What you want?
I've started my investigation.
You find who tried to kill me.
Who tried to kill all of us, Mr. Ron?
This city dangerous. Police do lousy job.
Can you recall anything suspicious?
No, stop asking stupid questions.
I'll get back to you.
Stop wasting my time.
Oh, I really wish he had been hit in the blast. That would have been one of those nice video game feel-good moments.
Mr. Stepford, can I have a moment?
Oh my, yes.
I've started my investigation of the bombing.
Oh my, yes? I can assure you I had no part in this terrible tragedy.
I hear that a lot.
In fact, my core programming prevents me from harming a human being.
Huh, a synthetic. I guess you'd be the only one leaving lubricant oil instead of DNA evidence.
Oh my, no, Dr. Regis. My outer dermis is organic tissue. It's top of the line, patterned from my creator, Dr. Arthur Stepford.
Huh. I've been learning a lot about synths these past few days. So, you have DNA?
Indeed, it's delightful skin, don't you think?
Sure.
I go to great pains to keep it moisturized.
Could the guards have arranged the bombing? They're obviously synthetics, but I imagine they're more comfortable with hurting people.
They would not be worth much as protection otherwise, oh my no. But each security platform maintains a constant connection to my own systems. Their degree of independence is limited.
So if one of them were responsible, I'd have to consider you complicit.
Oh my, yes.
Were you aware that this establishment serves human meat?
Oh my, yes.
Whoa, I
It's
didn't put that in.
delightfully macabre. I'm sure the
You don't eat?
some more
Uh-huh.
to go on, Doctor.
I'll get back to you.
Oh my.
Okay, that was that. Now let's talk to the councilman.
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
I've begun my investigation into the bombing.
If anyone can resolve this, it's you, Dr. Regis.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Counselor. I don't know how much closer I am to figuring out who's behind it, though.
Because of the pool of suspects, it might be better to think about exclusion. Perhaps you can find evidence to rule out those not involved.
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
So, I've got the body. Now, I think I know what we need to do here. I'm just wanting to make sure that I am seeing everything highlighted that needs to be highlighted. Now, let's chat one more
Nina.
time for Nina.
Charlie, how can I help?
I've started my investigation.
It sounds like we've got the right man for the job. I remember when you were so nervous, but now look at you.
It's been a long time. People change.
Even so, my mental image of you is sitting at a DNA sequencer. Perhaps the restaurant would let you use theirs.
Why would a restaurant need a sequencer?
Oh, the
It helps
flesh.
with their rather niche menu.
So we can go to the rest of the place. That's good.
Don't you think we should move out? Cell aren't going to ignore a blast like that.
For a harmless little kitchen fire, they won't come.
Kitchen fire? What do you...
They won't send anyone. It's all under control here. We've enough wheels greased at Cell to make sure there's an understanding. Oh, lighten up, Charlie. This is helping you. You can go on a mole hunt at Cell once your children are safe.
Can you think of anyone who'd want to do this? Why recruit a suicide bomber? For this?
Frankly, the main reason I can think of to hire someone for a job like this, hypothetically speaking, of course, would be if one were unable to carry it out oneself.
Can you think of a likely saboteur?
I have my suspicions, but we depend on you for the truth.
I guess I should thank you for not giving them the full picture.
What? That you might have been the one who made that poor young man? Think nothing of it, Charlie. That's what friends are there for. I hear you handled another one last night.
They're getting more and more frequent.
They're nearing their expiry date, literally. I know they weren't engineered for long lives, just volatility. Their masters have to make use of them before illness diffuses them.
That's horrible.
That's all.
Keep me informed, Charlie.
Okay, well, the body didn't really have anything. Let's head downstairs. Ah, so we've got a kitchen, another stairway, bathroom, fish tank, Cool deal. So we got quite a lot to look at now. So I'll go ahead and end the episode here, and in the next one, we will go ahead and officially start the investigation to find out who exactly is doing or actually who was behind this. But if you guys liked the episode, click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.